Car sales are red hot. Used car prices are through the roof. So owning a car company is a good idea in 2022. In this video, I want to talk about Ford. Before I jump into analyzing Ford, do me a big favor and hit the like button on this video. Consider subscribing to my channel and click that bell to receive notifications when I release a new video. So Ford has been producing new models that have been really good hits. Here's the Bronco on this page. They have the Maverick little truck that's done well. Their Lightning, the electric version of the F-150, has been oversubscribed. That was a big hit. Their Mach-E was a big hit. So Ford is doing a lot of good things. Combined with the demand for cars is just through the roof. I'll get into their financials later, but you'll see that Ford sold fewer units in 2021, but actually grew their revenue. So this company can sell their product at a higher price and get a better margin as a result. The reason they didn't sell more units, supply chain issues. So that's really been the limiting factor. And this year of 2022, supply chain issues should be resolved, and this company should do a lot better in 2022. The Ford stock price has really moved in the last 2 to 3 years. I'm looking at the 5-year stock chart. And when COVID hit, the stock price, went down along with just about every other single stock out there. And then it began to really rise, nice upward trend. And I think it was because they were executing really well. The models they were coming out with were really well received. They have a really good electric car strategy. So they're doing a lot of things correctly, and the market is rewarding them. I've been an owner of Ford in my portfolio for 3 years, and it was a position I had. It wasn't a major position. Post-COVID, I just thought really highly of the company, so I raised it. At one time, it was the #1 position in my portfolio, and it went really well. I thought it got really expensive, so I sold half the position. And I really doubled my money. So selling half the position, it pretty much enabled me to have kind of a risk-free investment in Ford, because the half that I kept is pretty much equal to the gain that I took. So I have that position, and as I'll talk further about it, I'm adding to that position going forward because the price has come down, and I believe the company is got a really bright future. The PE ratio on Ford is really low at 3.36. They pay a dividend. They reinstituted their dividend, and their dividend is 2.67. And their market cap is 61.85 billion. That's like a fraction of where Tesla trades. I think Tesla's 20 times more expensive. And to me, I've owned Tesla in the past. It's been a while since I've owned that stock. I believe that I'm getting far more value out of Ford than Tesla. And I own Ford. I also own Honda as my 2 automotive stocks. All right, so let me show you the intrinsic model that I put together for Ford. I started with a discount rate of 7%. Their last 5 years growth in revenue has been 7%, and free cash flow, they've grown it on average 10% over the last 5 years. So those are good, stable growth numbers. I went with a long-term growth rate on all numbers of 4%. My model's put together where I can pretty much make the model more conservative 2 ways. One is by the growth rate, and second is this line, discount factor. And in the latter years, the discount factor, I only take a half of what would be a future cash flow to make the evaluation more conservative. With that in mind, the model came up with an intrinsic value of 93.649 billion is the value of Ford. Their current market cap is 61.85 billion, and therefore it provides an opportunity to buy the stock at a discount. If we divide the intrinsic value by number of shares outstanding, we get an intrinsic value per share of $23.44. Ford is trading at $14.96. So this stock is discounted by 57%. So let me recap Ford and give you my outlook on this stock. Their performance last year was really good. They grew their revenue 7% year over year. Keep in mind, they sold fewer units last year, but were able to raise their prices. Therefore, they had a pretty good margin on their cars. Ford has the opportunity right now to really make the cars they want to make, and those tend to be the ones that are more profitable for them, and therefore they achieve a better gross margin and better overall net profit at the end. Their 4-year growth rate is 10%. Free cash flow last year was 9.56 billion. They've grown free cash flows over the past 5 years, and they have a dividend of 2.67%. Their price earnings ratio is 3.36, which is very low. 2022 guidance, they're building a lot of inventory. 2021, they had a lot of supply chain issues, but they're really building up stock in 2022. Their production numbers in March were very high, which is good because the market pretty much will buy everything they produce. There's a shortage of cars, and you could see it in the demand for used cars, which are going, the prices of used cars are going up really high. So I think the auto manufacturers have the opportunity to take their product to market, get a great price, and have incredible demand in the marketplace. Their new models are a hit. So not only are they going to be good in 2022, but their new models, I think, will have a great demand, for the next 5-10 years, especially their electric vehicles. They have an earnings call on April 26, 2022 to go over the first quarter of this year. My outlook, Ford has a big opportunity of selling the cars they want to sell in the most profitable segments of their business. So Ford is probably going to have modest revenue growth, but I expect a big increase in profit and a big increase in free cash flow. Demand for cars is very high, and Ford can sell, all the units they produce. So they're being selective on the cars they're producing so that they can maximize their profits. This stock has, I think, very good upside, and you will be paid a dividend of 2.67 as well. So just a quick reminder that my video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not recommending that you buy or sell any stock or security. I own this stock, and this video covers why I invested in Ford. So thank you so much for watching my video. Do me a big favor, please like my video. Consider subscribing so you can see the other videos that I produce, and hit that bell to be notified when I produce a new video. Thank you, and good luck investing in 2022.